Can I speak
that
with
helped
you?
kick off the second annual Pennsylvania Teen Health Week. This year there's no snow, so it's already a better week. Last year there was a lot of 70-degree weather, and then we had a blizzard on the kickoff, but we had it anyway. My name is Laura Offutt, and I am a physician, and I am passionate about empowering teens to make smart health decisions. What's most inspirational to me about this week is that it's a great example of how adults and teens, medical and non-medical organizations, and public, private, nonprofit, and government sectors can all work together to have a much more positive impact on our community than any one of us can individually. Pennsylvania Teen Health Week started in the summer of 2015, really as a small idea that I had, that I tossed out to a group of student advisors who were helping me with my work on a digital teen health resource that I started about 3 years ago. And thanks to their input, as well as the support of the Pennsylvania Department of Health, the Delaware County and Pennsylvania Medical Societies, and the College of Physicians in Philadelphia, it has become what it is today. And in fact, we're on our way to having Teen Health Week become a national occurrence, thanks to the support of the American Medical Association. Pennsylvania Teen Health Week addresses two common misconceptions that I often hear. The first is, when I talk to teens, a lot of teens tell me that they don't think that adults actually care about their health issues, or they don't think that teens actually care about their own health issues. And in particular, I hear this around the area of mental health. That teens tell me that they feel like their adults don't think that their mental health concerns are as important to them as they are. Now, we know that's not true, but then I also hear the opposite. When I talk to adults, a lot of adults tell me that they don't think that teens care actually about their own health, about nutrition, fitness, other health issues. But we all know that's not true either. And looking out at all of you here today, this is a great visual reminder of how that's absolutely not true. Our nation is in a time of transition. Pennsylvania Teen Health Week is an opportunity for us all to raise up our voices together about the importance of access to health care for all youth. In fact, for all humans. So thank you, and happy Pennsylvania Teen Health Week 2017. Now, I'm going to ask Dr. Robinson to come over. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh wow, I'm louder than I really am. First, I would like everyone who doesn't have a green Teen Health Week bracelet to raise your hand. There are plenty of green Teen Health Week bracelets, and anyone who doesn't have one, including the media and press and everyone who's here, should get one, because this is a story we need to spread beyond Harrisburg. I am really pleased to be here with you all today. I represent the Department of Health as the Deputy Secretary for Health Promotion and Disease Prevention, which is a really long title that really serves to say I'm someone who cares a lot about health and promoting health and also preventing disease. I want to let you all know as teens that beyond Teen Health Week at the Department of Health, adolescent health or teen health is firmly rooted in our Department of Health, meaning this isn't just something we do on a day, or it's not something we do on a week. This is something that we care about every day, and we have a dedicated team in our Bureau of Family Health who are over here, who work on adolescent health and teen health issues every day. And that's something that will continue no matter kind of who's standing up here, who's wearing our lime green or not, and just know that we're dedicated to addressing your issues. We hear a lot from adults all the time who call their legislator or call the governor with all these questions or concerns they have. And I want to let you all know that your voice matters in Harrisburg. So if you have a concern, if you have a concern or a problem, you can share that. You can send us a letter. You can call us on a phone. You can even tweet to us. We're working on being more Twitter savvy, but if you tweet to us, we will get back to you with an answer because your voice matters and your health matters. And I just want to share that with you all today. One of the reasons that I'm really passionate about teen health, obviously, is because I was a teen at one time. But when I was a teenager, I really felt like no matter how close I was with my mom, who's a nurse, or my dad, who's a doctor, who I was not as close with because I thought he was whack at the time, I didn't feel like I could talk to people about my health issues. And there were all these people who were like, oh, talk to us about your teen health issues. My mom's like, you could tell me anything. And I was like, maybe in 10 years, but like not right now, you don't get it. And I wish there had been a Teen Health Week so I knew that there were other teens who were passionate about their health, who were passionate about making healthy decisions and about making the decisions that would help them be not only productive adults. Everyone always talks about being a productive adult in society. You can be a productive teen, and you can make a huge difference. And I think we've seen a lot of that through the years, and I think that you all have been inspired by, whether it's your own friends or your own people in your schools, but also people that we've seen on social media, people that we've seen in the media, not only in Harrisburg or in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania, but in the United States and around the world. Teens really inspire those of us who are older because we think back to our youth like, oh, I remember when I was that age, but you really inspire us to do better and to be better. And so I really am inspired by you all being here today. I'm really excited to work with Dr. Offutt on Teen Health Week and on with all of our partners to really say that teens matter, teen health matters, and thank you guys so much for being here. It's my great honor to bring to you all a very, very special guest, who is Dr. Wynne Levine, who is our physician general, who is pretty much the highest ranking doctor in all of Pennsylvania. So all doctors, basically, if there's any issue, like she is the boss of all doctors. And that's a really, really huge deal for her to even be here today and for her to share a word with us. She's going to tell us about why teen health matters, why we're here and why we do the work that we do, and why it's so important to share this message and for all of you guys to stay involved and share what happened here today. So without further ado, Dr. Wynne Levine, our physician general.
Good morning. So I'm Rachel Levine, and Physician General for Pennsylvania, and I bring greetings from Secretary Karen Murphy, the Secretary of Health, and I bring greetings from Governor Wolf and the administration. And thank you to my friend and colleague, Dr. Lauren Robinson, Deputy Secretary for Health Promotion and Disease Prevention at the Department of Health, to Dr. Laura Offutt of Real Talk with Dr. Offutt about adolescent health, and this is really her brainchild, and she has brought this forth. Thank you very much for doing that. And Dr. Bob Sherrar, who will be speaking from who's from the College of Physicians in Philadelphia. And thank you for all the students and teachers and school nurses and physicians and anyone else who's come here today. So this is the second annual Teen Health Week in Pennsylvania, and we are the only state that has statewide recognition of the importance of teen health. And it's cold, but it didn't snow. Last year I got snowed out. I was stuck at home near Harrisburg, so I couldn't make it. So I'm really pleased to be here today. So my field, my whole career has been in adolescent medicine and the medical care of teenagers. I did my fellowship a million years ago in New York City in adolescent medicine, and then I was at Penn State Hershey Medical Center for over 20 years doing adolescent medicine until I got a phone call from Governor Wolf and joined the administration. So adolescent medicine and teen health is very near and dear to my heart, and it really has been my whole career. About 12% of people in the United States are between ages 10 and 19. That's almost 42 million individuals. And it's really important to recognize that healthy behavior that is developed during those very important adolescent years carries on into adulthood. And that includes healthy eating, getting enough sleep, getting regular exercise, developing healthy relationships, and that lays the foundation for health in adulthood. Unfortunately, we really need to do more for the health of teens. For instance, less than 50% of high school students get enough exercise, and we have to do a better job in terms of teaching about nutrition, teaching about getting enough sleep, and general healthy behaviors. Most adolescents complete their adolescence without significant mental health issues. But the three leading causes of morbidity and mortality in adolescence are accidents, suicides, and homicides. So in adolescent medicine and in pediatrics and family medicine, we pay a lot of attention to illness in terms of treating and preventing cancer and other types of heart disease and lung disease. But really, it's behaviors that influence the health of teenagers. And sometimes it's risk-taking behavior, and different risk-taking behaviors tend to cluster in the same young people. 3 in 10 adolescents report symptoms of depression, but often it's underdiagnosed and undertreated. We worry about the consequences of teen sexual activity in terms of pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. It is really important to note that there has been a consistent decrease in teen pregnancy over the last 20 to 30 years, and that's due to comprehensive sexual education programs as well as access to safe and effective contraception. And we need to continue that progress and emphasis now on what's called LARCs, or long-acting reversible contraception, but other forms of contraception, and of course condoms as well. Another risk would be substance use and drugs. Drugs can have long-lasting effects on the developing brain of adolescents, and it can interfere with family relationships, peer relationships, and school performance. Most adults who develop a substance abuse disorder report that they started the drug use in adolescence or young adulthood. So it's important for prevention efforts of these behaviors and to identify and intervene really early. Now there's a study produced by NIDA, the National Institute of Drug Abuse. It's been going on every year since the 70s. It's called the Monitoring the Future study through the University of Michigan, and it monitors teen drug use and attitudes. And what it shows is that overall there has been a decrease in teen drug use overall over the last number of years, which is a positive finding. But we still worry about teen drug use, and particularly prescription drug use and opioids. In 2015, 250,000 adolescents in the United States had non-medical use of opioid pain medicines, and 122,000 developed an addiction to opioids. I've been out about the state continuously talking about the opioid crisis and resulting overdoses. And we really worry about the genesis of that in adolescence and early adulthood. 2015 studies showed that even adolescents who have been prescribed an opioid for an injury or chronic pain has an increased risk of long-term opioid use and perhaps misuse in adults. Governor Wolf signed last year historic legislation limiting the prescription of opioids to minors under 18 years of age to 7 days. In addition, at the Department of Health, we are developing pediatric and adolescent pain treatment guidelines for physicians and other prescribers to limit the prescriptions as much as possible and to hopefully avoid that introduction of opioid medications to adolescents. You know, this is the future in front of us. This generation and those sitting right here, the students, is our future. And so it is really exciting to be part of Teen Health Week and to assure that our future is a healthy one. And thank you to Laura for initiating this. And so now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Barb Sherrar on behalf of the College of Physicians of Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Levine. As Dr. Levine said, I am a physician who believes that public health activity can improve the life and health of individuals in our community. And I am also the chair of the section of Public Health and Preventive Medicine for the College of Physicians of Philadelphia. On behalf of the college and the section of Public Health and Preventive Medicine, I would like to welcome you to this proclamation ceremony this morning. Let me take a few moments to tell you a little bit about the college. The College of Physicians was founded in 1787, which is the same year that they wrote the United States Constitution, and 2 years before George Washington became our first president. So it is a very old institution, and it's a very valued community asset. It is the oldest professional organization, medical professional organization in the country. And it has a long history of being involved in public health activity, beginning with the yellow fever epidemics of the 18th century and proceeding up to the modern time. The mission of the college is to advance the cause of health while maintaining the ideals and heritage of medicine. This morning, we're here to advance the cause of health, which is to educate our teenagers about the importance of developing good health habits to prevent the acute and chronic illnesses that affect many of us. It has been said that if we could modify fewer than 10 health habits, we could decrease acute morbidity by 30% and chronic morbidity by 70%. Because of that, Teen Health Week is important. It's important both from a medical and from a public health perspective. We know that health habits develop early in life. And we also know that bad habits are hard to change. We also know that behavioral factors such as diet and exercise, use of tobacco, drug and alcohol, not wearing a helmet when riding a bicycle, or not buckling up your seatbelt when you're in a car, are the major causes of acute and chronic illnesses, many of which are much easier to prevent than they are to treat. In the final analysis, our personal behavior is the most important determinant of our health. It is our present to ourselves to maintain our body for good health. I would like to thank Governor Wolf for issuing this proclamation because it's an important statement. I'd also like to thank Dr. Levine and Dr. Lawrenson for the work they do in the State Health Department to promote teen health on a regular basis. But most of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Offutt and her teams for coming up with the idea of Teen Health Week. Before I turn the podium over to Dr. Offutt, I would like to make one final point. Teen Health Week is not just for teens. It's also a call for action from adults and from the educational and hospital and medical institutions to do what they can to promote health among our teenagers. I urge you now to all go out and proclaim Teen Health Week. Make it known. And do what you can to promote health among our teenage population. Thank you.
So Dr. Robinson and I are very pleased to offer to Dr. Offutt the governor's proclamation about Teen Health Week.
So thank you very much. This is very exciting to have this proclamation from Governor Wolf. So I too would like to extend my thanks to the governor. Now what we would like to do is we have a number of students who have been selected to be honored by various institutions and schools to each read a component of the proclamation. So what I'll do is I'll call your names and maybe you can line up and then each read a section of the proclamation for us all to start celebrating Teen Health Week. So first, we have Aisha Azam, who is a recent graduate from Westchester University, Honors College. Next, we have Sarah Dodds from the Academy of Notre Dame de Nemours in Villanova. Then we have Chelsea Slidinsky from Carlisle High School. We have Sue Lee from Carver High School of Engineering and Science in Philadelphia. Gabriella Harris from Villa Maria Academy in Malvern, Pennsylvania. Caitlin Kelly from Twin Valley High School in Elverson, Pennsylvania. Mackenzie Weary from Carlisle High School, Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And last, Xavier Gavin from the Science Leadership Academy in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So,
whereas in January 2016, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania celebrated the first comprehensive Teen Health Week in the United States, and
whereas adolescents between the ages of 10 and 19 years of age make up more than 7% of Pennsylvania's population, and whereas adolescent health encompasses a broad spectrum of issues and concerns, including but not limited to diet, exercise, violence, mental health, sexuality, and substance abuse, and
Whereas in recent years, less than half of Pennsylvania's high school students report the recommended amount of daily physical activity. 20% had at least one chronic illness, 15% reported seriously considering a suicide attempt, and nearly half of all teens who abuse prescription drugs obtain them from their family or from their home. And
whereas health behavior patterns established during adolescence affect the individual's current and future physical and mental health. And
whereas emphasizing strong health literacy skills in adolescents can produce social and economic benefits, resulting in persons who are better equipped to manage their own and their family's health and healthcare, reduced healthcare costs, and a healthier, more productive workforce. And
whereas the Pennsylvania Department of Health, in cooperation with health professionals, educators, parents, and other advocates, is committed to promoting health lifestyles, preventing injury and disease, and assuring the delivery of quality health care for all.
Therefore, I, Tom Wolf, Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, do hereby proclaim January 9th through 13th, 2017 as Teen Health Week. I encourage all residents to promote appropriate activities aimed at recognizing the value and importance of good adolescent health.
Thank you all for reading the proclamation. If we have some time, we're all happy to take questions, as informal or formal as you like. Any of us representing Teen Health Week are happy to answer. So. I guess that's a wrap.